At work, there's often someone who seems to take more of our time and energy than others. No matter how many times things are explained, similar mistakes keep happening. And each time, it's the same feeling first, a quiet reaction rising inside. At first, it feels manageable. But as the days pile up and everything becomes busy, even one small mistake can suddenly feel heavier than it should. There are days when it feels strangely hard to breathe around that person, even though nothing particularly dramatic has happened. When moments like this repeat, certain thoughts tend to surface. Why does this kind of situation keep coming to me? Why do I become so sensitive in moments like this? There may not be a clear answer, but the same questions seem to linger quietly in the background. If we look closely, the thoughts that arise when someone else makes a mistake often feel different from the thoughts that appear when we make one ourselves. Other people's mistakes stand out quickly, while our own tend to come with explanations, one after another. Many people have probably noticed this pattern in themselves at least once. From experience, when there is a bit of space in the heart, other people's clumsiness doesn't feel as sharp. But when exhaustion builds up, even small things can begin to feel irritating. It often feels less like the situation has changed, and more like our inner state has quietly shifted. There was a time when, after hearing the phrase pain is also a time for learning in Jungbeop, I found myself pausing before judging someone in moments like these, and instead wondering why my own heart was reacting so quickly. Even so, the sense of frustration doesn't simply disappear. Some days, words come out more harshly than intended. Other days, the discomfort stays quietly inside. In those moments, the thought, I wish that person would change, still comes up naturally. But when some time passes, it sometimes feels like what was most exhausting in that moment was not the mistake itself, but the lack of space in my own heart to receive the situation. The more I hoped for someone to become perfect, the more easily my own heart seemed to grow tired. So these days, when I encounter similar situations again, instead of immediately wishing for someone else to change, I find myself quietly checking how much room I have within myself to hold the moment. That question doesn't lead to an immediate answer, but it does seem to slow down the sharpness of my reactions even just a little. Similar scenes still repeat. There are still many days when the heart feels unsettled. But within that repetition, there are moments when I remember, almost as a gentle practice, the idea of shaping myself with a little more care. I don't know what kind of change this will bring, but it feels like I am at least moving through that process, slowly,